Good morning and welcome back to Health and Life with me, Coach Natalie, where I'm spreading love, light, knowledge to you. And today we're going to be talking about intuition, self-worth, and being authentically you. Your intuition is what leads you to self-worth. And confidence can seem like self-worth to other people, but it's not really what is self-worth. So we're going to jump right into it and we're going to talk about all of it. Okay? Are you ready? Let's do it. First, let's talk about confidence, right? I look at confidence like fake it till you make it. And we hear that all the time in business, in life, as you're pursuing your things that you want in your life, the endeavors, the dreams, the bucket list that you've created for yourself. It's like fake it till you make it. And faking it till you make it doesn't make you feel good, because when you're faking it, many times you're emulating or you're acting like what you've seen someone else do. And that's the problem with self-worth. That can make you appear to be confident, right? Like, because I can dress up, I can comb my hair, I can put on some nice clothes, get a nice Gucci purse, and someone might see me and say, wow, she looks confident, or she sounds confident. I don't know if y'all know what GPT is, but if you don't, it's an open AI system where you can ask it information and it spits it back out at you. And within this system, it's artificial intelligence. So the problem with artificial intelligence is that you have to fact check the artificial intelligence, because it can spit out information at you that appears and sounds very true, but it's not. And it can be very convincing. So we can be very convincing at faking it till we make it. What the difference is about confidence is sometimes the outward appearance, and then the worthiness comes from within. We are within family units, and we are in communities, right, where things are done a certain way. As you start to step into your worthiness, which is who you are, who you're meant to be, what you want, what you don't want, it may not look like everyone else. And what happens is, many times we forego our worthiness so that we can fit in. But the truth be told, we are all of us, different. There's not another me, there's not another you. We could go to a restaurant and seem to have the same dinner experience and come out of it with completely different perceptions of what occurred during that dinner. The problem becomes when we align and we fall into the norms of what society thinks, what your family thinks, what your husband thinks, what somebody else thinks, whoever that may be. You lose your self-worth in order to normalize. And the other thing that happens is that when you start to be authentically you, that can look a lot different than what the norm is. So what your family unit has seen before. And so they might look at you and say, you're crazy, you're weird, you can't do that. They may not see your vision the way you see it. And truth be told, they're not supposed to see your vision the way you see it. Just like we can go to dinner together and our perceptions are completely different. If you ask two different people who were in the same place at the same time, their perceptions are completely different. Our experiences are different. Who we are also is different. And being different is often labeled as being bad because you are not doing what everyone else is doing. You are doing things differently. And people will sometimes make fun of you. People will tell you you're crazy, tell you don't know what you're talking about. And sometimes even if what you've said and done actually worked, they will still hold on to the norm because that's what whatever their norm is, right? Like whatever that norm is for them, they will want to hold on to that because now you are challenging what they know to be true. Okay, I'm going to give you an example for me. I'm a registered nurse and I obtained my RN license through an associate's program. And I think people thought I was delusional. I was told that I was delusional. That's not possible. And that the only way to a registered nurse degree, to a registered nurse license, was through a baccalaureate program. I did the research and I found that no, that we can do this. I can do it this way. And so I didn't do it in the way that most people would think that you should do it. And so I did get my registered nurse license through an associate's program. And then still, when I told people that yes, it's true, it happened, I do have my license, and they still wanted to deny it because it challenged what they knew. But that wasn't my path. My path was to do it in an associate's program, and I did that successfully. It was a different path that challenged what everybody else around me thought was the norm and what should be done. And this was my path. And that path worked for me. Allowing myself to take that path that I knew would work for me was part of me acknowledging my self-worth. Because I had a plan. I knew I could do it. And I followed said plan and I did it. Without listening to all the noise. And maybe for somebody else that the best way to do it is through a four-year program. Great. And so what happens is when we allow others to come and tell us that no, that's not the way. It should be this way, and it should be that way, so that we follow the pack. You follow the norm of what everybody else is doing, and then you fail. Because that path was not yours. You can intuitively know what path is for you. And when the path that someone else sets forth for you does not work, that challenges your self-worth. You feel maybe it's because you're not worthy. And that translates into so many other areas of your life. This is why it's important, very important, that you follow your intuition, that you listen to yourself, that you talk to yourself like you are a queen, like you are a king. Because there's only one person like you, so why not? Why not be the king or the queen of you? Why be the pauper of you? No, be the king, be the queen of you, and know when you can look at yourself and you can tell yourself that I am the king of me, I am the queen of me, then even if you take some steps and they don't work out, you'll always be looking for what works for you, because you're worthy. Because you know that you're you, that there's only one you, and that your path is unique. And so just because you followed a path that worked for someone else and it did not work for you does not mean that you're not worthy of that, whatever it is that path was leading to. You are worthy. It's just that this was not your path. You have your own. So it's really important. That's why watch my video on cleansing your pineal gland, because that, and I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but that is your third eye. That helps you tap in to your intuition, and your intuition is what guides you to be authentically you, no matter what anyone else says. And when you are being authentically you, and you know that you're worthy, that you are the king of you, that you are the queen of you, then you can shut out all the other noise, and what everyone else is saying doesn't matter. And what's beautiful about that, and it's not that they are wrong. It's not that they're wrong. They're right for them. What they're telling you is right for them. May not be right for you. And that's okay. Once you get to the point where you feel like you're worthy of the things that you want in your life, and once you realize that you are on a unique path, you will also realize that everyone around you is on their own unique path, but they've been bamboozled into thinking that no, that we're all on this path. We're all in this world together to make it better, but like that we're all on the same path, that we're all the same. Why do you think, for example, and this is going to be a little bit of a ramble because I am in the healthcare industry, but why do you think they normalize labs, right? They have a normal range for lab work. They have a normal dose, a standard dose of medication that they give to people. How do you think they determine those? Oh, they take 100 people, they give them those meds, and they see who has the least side effects and the most side effects, the least response and the most response, and they take the median, and that dose is the dose that they give to everyone. Let me ask you this. Do you think that same dose works for everybody? It doesn't. At the end of the day, everyone is unique. So those doses may need to be tweaked so that it works for someone else. Do you understand what I'm saying? We try to normalize everything so that we can, with a herd mentality, so we can create things that are good for everyone. But what is lost in the translation is that we are all unique at the end of the day. With that said, I am wishing for each and every one of you to tap into your intuition, tap into that self-worth, and just be authentically you. When you show up being authentically you, it may not be well received, especially if you're challenging the norm at first. But what's important is that you will have found your authenticity and your self-worth. Until next time, I am sending you love, light, knowledge. Spread the wealth.